This episode of ETC is brought to you by Go90.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. It's weekly weird news.
Thank you, Mr. Skeletal.
Yeah.
As you can tell, Halloween's just around the corner, and while we consumers simply try to figure out what the hell we're gonna dress up as and what parties we're gonna go to on Halloween night, the business world is of course coming up with all of their clever and spooky marketing tie-ins for the holiday.
Yeah, last week we told you about Burger King's attempt at a Halloween tie-in with their black bun burger that basically turns your poo into a scary green ghost, woo, and forces you to spend time on WebMD figuring out just what the hell you're dying of. But that's child's play compared to what Airbnb is doing for Halloween.
Yes, Airbnb, the online service that lets you temporarily rent out other people's homes like a hotel or do the same thing for your own home, is offering two lucky people the ultimate Halloween night accommodations. Spending the night in the Catacombs of Paris surrounded by the bodies of 6 million dead French people.
Nice! Yes, it's the ultimate dream for any 14-year-old goth chick that might be watching. Why spend Halloween night above ground surrounded by sweaty drunks when you could be 20 meters below the most beautiful city on earth in a bedroom with walls literally made out of human skulls? I don't know what could go wrong. I can't think of a single reason why you wouldn't want to do this.
No, in addition to being able to sleep down there with Bae, you get a dazzling culinary experience, a private concert, and then before bed, this is a quote, a storyteller will have you spellbound with fascinating tales from the catacombs, guaranteed to produce nightmares.
Oh, I hope that guarantee's real.
And assuming you wake up and aren't like just, sent into the dimension of the dead overnight, they got breakfast for you when you wake up.
Oh, good.
Nice.
Anyways, this contest is open to basically anyone over 18 as long as you have an Airbnb account. All you gotta do is explain in 100 words or less why you're tough enough to actually want to do this. And they'll pick a winner based on how good your response is. You only get 100 words?
Yeah, I signed up. My response was like, basically, what better way to enjoy the most beautiful city on earth and my favorite city by being underground below it with the bodies of just several million dead people.
So we went there, we got to see this stuff.
We didn't go in the part with the dead bodies.
Yes.
But it was still a complete labyrinth. We got lost.
Did we really lose them?
We came in.
Wait. No, that's like a storage area.
Yeah.
Oh God, we really did get lost in the catacombs. Dude, what the f? Also, it's freezing cold down there.
Yeah. You can't hear anything.
Sound doesn't travel, so you can't scream for help.
And there's like 20 miles of tunnels down there. You
yeah,
will
at
die.
least. Yeah, it's hundreds of miles of tunnels.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they have this sectioned off.
And there's a whole subculture of people that go down there willingly.
Cataphiles,
they're just like, this is fun.
Yeah, so maybe you run into them instead of
and there's
ghosts.
the movie As Above, So Below, which was the reason we were there, which is about ghosts in the catacombs haunting people and killing them.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to spend any more time down there than I already did. So maybe you do. So check it out. Anyway, speaking of businesses offering publicity stunt contests that large portions of the population would find completely unappealing, New York's Don Shingo Mexican restaurant is offering patrons a 10% share of their business if they can manage to eat this 30-pound burrito.
Which is impossible just on its own, but the rules also entail that you have to drink an entire ghost pepper margarita.
Yeah.
And you also have to finish all of it in under an hour. You're not allowed to go to the bathroom. You're not allowed to puke. And it costs $150.
I can't imagine how you would do this without literally bringing the bathroom to you and sitting on a toilet. And then you eat the ghost pepper, then you eat half the burrito, and the ghost pepper makes you shit out everything.
It's impossible.
The ghost pepper makes you poop out everything, and then you eat the rest. It's impossible. Even for dudes that stuff their faces for a living, this is impossible. Most competitive eating records are for around 15 to 20 pounds, which is still ridiculous.
Yeah.
And back in May, competitive eater Joey Chestnut broke burrito eating records by eating a 14.25 pound burrito in 10 minutes.
Not even close, not even half. And this man's the best of the best. Yeah. If he can't do it, no one can. Also, if you're gonna ruin your body with 30 pounds of Mexican food, doing it for a 10% stake in a restaurant is just stupid, because Don Chingon only opened last April. New restaurants have a 59% chance of never making it past their first year. It's just a bad investment, people.
Yeah. This is their biggest publicity stunt, though. They're trying to get in that crowd. But while it's impossible and extremely unhealthy, it's, like we said, a good publicity stunt, because here we are talking about it. Also, $150 for 30 pounds of Mexican food, it's a pretty decent deal if you ask us. So just show up, order this nonsense, take one bite, and then surrender, and tell them to bag it up for your whole
I guess
family.
I didn't make it.
Oh,
Put it in a
well.
box.
Yeah.
Whoops. Speaking of no such thing as bad publicity, UK supermarket Morrison's is getting all sorts of social media attention thanks to this limited edition frozen pizza that they're selling to celebrate the Rugby World Cup.
Yep, looks like a rugby ball, all right. No wonder it's taking Twitter by storm. Great job, Morrison's.
Yeah, they just did a great job on that pizza. Looks like a rugby ball.
Yeah.
Anyway, when we said just seconds ago that there's no such thing as bad publicity, I guess we flat out lied.
Yeah.
Because, well, let's just check out Kellogg's new #TonyIsBack ad campaign. You see, back when we were kids, Tony the Tiger was all over TV commercials, stepping into real life and helping kids overcome the odds thanks to his balanced Frosted Flakes breakfast.
Yeah, now Tony's back. And even though all those kids he helped out back in the early 90s are grown up now, he's still here to help them out with whatever challenges they face, including prostitution, police brutality, suicide bombing at diner. Wait, what the hell is going on here?
Okay, so turns out these ads, shocker, despite being very professionally produced, are not the work of Kellogg's.
Oh, you don't say.
But are actually the work of Jani Lainonen, I think that's how it's pronounced.
Probably.
He's an artist and food activist from Finland who previously garnered headlines and legal trouble for kidnapping a Ronald McDonald statue and staging a Taliban-esque ransom video with it.
Jeez, well, what's he trying to say with these ads? We honestly don't know. Something about global food brands being bad, or childhood obesity, or using cartoons to market sugar to kids. It's honestly baffling, especially because the videos and the accompanying website are so slick that they actually look like real promotional materials.
Which, of course, has pissed off Kellogg's a whole lot, and they've managed to get most of the Tony is Back social media accounts shut down. But at least for now, as we're recording this, they have not managed to get the YouTube videos or the website pulled, so go check them out. Apparently they've made a whole bunch of them, releasing every week.
Anyway, speaking of YouTube videos featuring humans needlessly interacting with dangerous man-eating animals, be sure to check out this video of a dude slacklining over a pool of alligators. It's no Twin Towers, but thanks to Osama bin Laden, this is the closest thing that we've got nowadays.
Still plenty dangerous.
Yeah.
Then there's this video of a couple dudes on a YouTube channel called Shark Addicts. It shows them trying to distract a shark long enough so that they can get a big fishing hook out of its mouth. It's been lodged in there, it's cutting up the shark's mouth.
Helping him.
Distraction in this case meaning repeatedly rubbing the shark's mouth with their hands.
Sure, I can't imagine what would go wrong with this.
We almost went shark diving, in Hawaii.
Yeah.
It didn't work out. I mean, watching these guys, they make it look easy. But then also, people get attacked by sharks pretty often these days. I don't know who to
They get the bad rap, Elliot. The sharks, they have a real bad rap. They're not doing it all the time.
These sharks look so cuddly.
Anyways, watch those videos by checking out the links in the description. But first, let's check out the most absurd actual headlines that actual news outlets published this week.
New York woman sues 12-year-old nephew over hug that broke her wrist. Yeah, so the timeline for this is super f***ed up. It happened back in 2011, at the kid's 12th birthday. His aunt showed up and he's like, "Oh, hey, auntie, I love you." And he like hugged her and like she fell or something, broke her wrist. Flash forward to 2015, the kid's mom just died recently and they're getting a life insurance payout. And his aunt's like, "Oh, this wrist still hurts. I need like a whole bunch of money for it."
Ugh.
So luckily the judge immediately was just like, "No, you soulless,
Terrible, terrible woman.
so that worked out, thank you.
So that just a perfect example of there's just some terrible people in this world. Kanye West thinks the fashion world discriminates against him because he's not gay. The airtight logic from Kanye West.
He's not gay. He's trying to be the first not gay man to succeed.
People don't
in
like
fashion.
my paper bag clothes and my Yeezys. They must be discriminating against
Can't argue with Kanye. Can't argue with success.
Yeah, exactly.
Man tries to put out garbage fire by driving over it in a van loaded with ammunition. What happens next will shock.
I don't think it will, but I think it's just as bad an idea as the guy from last week that lit his apartment on fire on Twitch.
And this one has a similar chain of events. Basically, the man was on his farm. He had a whole bunch of garbage he wanted to get rid of. So he's like, "I'm gonna light the garbage on fire." But it was in a crop field, so the fire got out of control. And the man's like, "How do I put out this fire? I'll drive my car over it." Drives his car over it, his tires become on fire.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, "Oh shit, I gotta get out of here." And then he was like, "Oh shit," and I also like bought a whole bunch of ammunition recently, and it's in the car. And so it's just, you know what happens.
You would imagine that the man would understand that gasoline is also flammable and combustible as well.
He had also just filled his tank up at the gas station.
I can't think of a better time to do it. Man robs store, uses Uber for getaway car. This is just another example of airtight logic that can't go wrong. I saw a recent article about how people were doing drug deals using Ubers because they were nondescript and cops are primarily not going to pull over an Uber driver because he's probably always driving sober, and you got to see the Uber tag there and everything.
Yeah.
It's a good way to get away, I think.
I'm waiting for the day Uber has something like that Jamie Foxx, Tom Cruise movie, Collateral.
Yeah.
Or someone orders an Uber and then has them drive them around town so they can do a bunch of assassinations.
Yeah, there you go. Maybe they
gonna
could start a new business out of that. Israeli man stabs fellow Israeli Jew after mistaking him for an Arab.
Yeah, so he was looking for an Arab to stab, because that's
As
what
you
you do in Israel, apparently. And, we all make mistakes. He stabbed a Jew on accident.
Yeah. Sure.
My bad. Sure.
Yeah.
DUI suspect says, my dog was driving.
Oh, that's a good excuse.
That happened in Sarasota, Florida.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah.
My town, just making it on the news, left, right, and center. I mean, what's worse, driving drunk or letting your dog drive?
I hope the police look into this, because if the dog was actually driving, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's true. It's a good point.
Hey, but it wasn't. The man was on drugs.
Okay.
Alabama Walmart cluelessly stocks gun counter with gun oil lube, which, if you're not familiar with gun oil lube, it's something gay men use to stick their penis in each other's buttholes.
Yeah, but it could be used for many other things, probably, I'm assuming.
You might be able to oil a gun with it. I just love that it is.
I wonder if anyone tried. They're like, this isn't.
It's all
not
greasy
working
now.
at all.
Oh, it's just, I can't even hold it.
Flippity floppity floop.
The lube's amazing. It does the job great, but not for what I'm trying to do.
I'm sure there's plenty of closeted gun owners in Arkansas that got a double usage.
I just love that this happened at Walmart in, the Bible Belt.
Yeah.
There's gay lube at the gun station.
They're just so willfully ignorant, though. You gotta just love them for it.
I guess it's
can't-
for the gun.
I would not assume that this is for anything else other than oiling a gun. Police called to meeting of bearded hipsters mistaken for ISIS terrorists.
Sure.
I love this. This is great.
Well, okay, so
if you look at the picture,
yeah,
I mean,
it's,
you can
it's
see
like
the
a beard club in
Yeah.
Sweden. They all look. The clincher is that they have a flag with their logo on it, and it's black and white, and from a distance,
It's like the
looks
dildo flag.
kind of like the ISIS
Oh my
flag.
God.
But anyway, the cops showed up. They're like, okay, this is obviously not
Yeah.
a terrorist meeting.
They're like, get back
Good
on
to
your
go.
fixed gear bicycles and get out of here.
Yeah.
Church staff hysterical as broken bell rings nonstop for 24 hours.
Can you imagine?
Oh, that would be just terrible.
I can't even stand when church bells go off.
At all.
As they're scheduled to do. It's annoying.
Yeah.
It's 2015. We don't need church bells to tell us what time it is.
No.
Stop it.
Wait, hold on. Let me hear how many gongs that is. Oh, it must be 12 o'clock because 12 o'clock is the most annoying one.
One,
Yeah.
2, 3.
It's
Okay,
terrible.
We
It's
got
terrible.
it.
Yes.
Woman mistakes super glue for eye drops and ends up with stuck eyelids.
Ugh.
How? She asked her friend, can you grab my eye drops for me? My eyes are watering. And her friend's like, sure. And then,
Friend's an asshole.
why are you walking around with super glue in your purse?
To fix your glasses. You've never broken your glasses?
No.
I'm sure you've needed super glue in a pinch and you didn't have it.
I use Gorilla Glue for all my needs.
You could make the same mistake. As
Gorilla
someone
Glue looks
argue.
nothing. If you put Gorilla Glue on pancakes or something like that, I could see that because it has a very
It
maple
looks
syrupy.
delicious.
Oh God, my mouth's stuck.
Oh, well, that'll be in the next week's story. I'm
Yeah.
sure. Federal whistleblower investigator fired after blowing the whistle on his own agency.
We did it.
Isn't that what you're supposed to
Yeah,
do?
he worked for OSHA. I don't know what it stands for, but they ensure
Yeah.
workplace safety.
Yeah.
On work sites, it's a great
There's a great
organization.
subreddit.
Our OSHA. It's just all the violations.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he figured out that OSHA was not investigating these claims
Yeah.
quick enough, and then we're just being like, all right, let's just whatever. So he reported on OSHA, and then he was fired for whistleblowing on his whistleblowing agency.
Yeah.
Whew.
Now you can't get hired anyway because once you have fibber on your contract.
Too many whistlers.
Yeah.
And finally,
Yeah.
Fedora wearing bank robbery suspect claims the law is invalid, will represent himself.
I set him free. I can only imagine the judge saying that to this fedora wearing guy. Just,
Sir, you're free to go.
Yeah, you're free to go.
While I have you here, what are your opinions on religion?
Also, tell us what you think about women in the workplace
Yeah.
and video games.
E-cigarettes,
Yeah.
the greatest thing ever.
Oh man, we're terrible. If anyone is wearing a fedora right now, we're sorry, but I mean, the joke's right.
Well, the
themselves.
Fifth Amendment does entitle his waifu
Yeah.
to,
Respect him and
Yeah.
cherish everything and worship the ground he walks on. Anyways, guys, that's Weekly Weird News for this week. We're closing in on Halloween, so who knows?
Boo.
I'm sure the craziest stuff is still to come.
Yeah.
We'll see you guys next time.
Bye.